welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I am Rainbow.
Are we hip yet, Rainbow? Are we cool?
We're a little bit hip.
Are we kind of following the trends?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I have to go get myself one of those floral, colorful shirts.
They're so popular this year, right?
So I can be like Ralph. Yes, he's very hip. Are you going to go out and buy a bunch of new clothes according to what we learned yesterday in our dialogue?
No, it's totally not my style.
Well, okay. I've actually read some other things about style for 2024. Blue eyeshadow, like late 1970s, early 80s makeup, is apparently going to be the thing for ladies, for women to wear. You're not a fan of that look?
Sounds awful.
No? Okay. Well, and then for men, it was grandpa culture.
What does that mean?
Men wearing like sweaters like an old man might wear.
Okay.
So like a comfortable button-up sweater.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to be wearing hats and walking with canes like old gentlemen in the park or something like that. But I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. I'll wait. I don't usually jump on the bandwagon. That means kind of get into the new trend or fad. I don't jump in very quickly. But, you know, if it looks like something I might do and be comfortable doing.
Premature aging?
I might try it. I don't know. I don't know the grandpa culture. As I said, I'm waiting to see cool people doing it, and then I'll know it might be safe for me to do it a little bit later. Yeah, I'm not the trend setter, but I will happily learn about and follow the trends. So we learned about some fashion trends. We learned about some language trends with new buzzwords yesterday. Today, we are going to turn our attention to other kinds of media or other types of entertainment that trends can also affect. Streaming or television watching, you know, entertainment in your home, that's something that does change every few years, right? New apps come out, new services come out. Things like that. And of course, the old favorite, pop music trends. That will be our second dialogue for today. So that will be definitely something I want to know about. But first, let's look at streaming services and new trends in that part of our entertainment galaxy.
I'm trying to decide which streaming service to subscribe to. Any suggestions?
Well, it depends on what you like. Netflix has a huge selection. And they've got Stranger Things.
What about Amazon Prime?
Prime's good for shows like The Boys. Disney Plus is also an option with originals such as Loki.
I'm leaning toward Netflix. What's the most popular drama right now?
On Netflix, probably Bridgerton. It's all the rage.
Yeah, it looks good. I'll go with Netflix then.
All right, so the third part is deciding on a streaming service. And as you know, this is where we get our entertainment. We've got so many different platforms to choose from now. Austin and Meredith are sitting in front of his computer.
Austin begins the dialogue. He says, I'm trying to decide which streaming service to subscribe to. So which one of these streaming services to subscribe to sign up to become a customer of, to get in my home and to pay for every month. That is what he's trying to decide. He clearly has absolutely no idea what to do here. And that's why he says, any suggestions? If there was something he was kind of liking and really maybe going to choose, he wouldn't be looking for suggestions. He would already have his own ideas. But a suggestion is an idea given to you by someone else. Keith gave some great suggestions about what we could do this weekend. All sorts of ideas that Keith thinks are good, and he puts them out there, and we can pick some.
Well, it depends on what you like. Netflix has a huge selection, and they've got Stranger Things.
Oh, if you like that show, you
like
definitely...
that show, there's a lot of seasons now.
That's absolutely true. That's one of those popular shows that people often talk about. It even makes music popular, didn't it? Did wonderful things for Kate Bush in the last season, I believe. Austin is, Netflix. He's heard of Netflix, right? He hasn't been living on the moon for the last 10 years, so he knows about that one. But there's maybe some of the other ones that he's less familiar with, and that's what he asks Meredith about. Austin says, what about Amazon Prime? Because he knows about it, right? When you order things on Amazon, they often advertise it, but maybe he's never actually looked at what they have.
Prime's good for shows like The Boys. Okay. Disney Plus is also an option with originals such as Loki.
Okay. So Meredith is just giving him some examples of the popular shows.
She knows all of them.
From these streaming services. Yeah, it's true. I've heard of those shows. I wouldn't maybe have been able to tell you. But The Boys is kind of a more grown-up adult superhero show. And of course, Loki, the Tom Hiddleston character from the Thor and Avenger movies and whatnot. Disney Plus, if you like that stuff, you know they have that. I'm leaning toward Netflix, says Austin. So he's thinking the one with the biggest selection. Maybe he's a fan of Stranger Things too. It's a safe choice. I'm leaning toward Netflix. That doesn't mean he's actually sitting in a crooked way or, standing not straight, leaning, like leaning against a wall. He means that in a slightly different way.
Yeah, so if you're leaning toward a decision and you want to use those two words together as an idiom, that means you are thinking more about doing this. So you're kind of leaning towards it like you're going to choose it. So it means I am more inclined, or I would probably prefer, or I'm really thinking about doing something. Then we would say I'm leaning toward. So make sure these two words are used together. I'm leaning toward a cheesecake for this year's birthday party. It means I'm thinking about that and I really want a cheesecake. In this case, I'm leaning toward Netflix.
So that's the one you're kind of favoring.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. And he says, I'm leaning toward Netflix. What's the most popular drama right now? You might know about Stranger Things. Maybe he's watched a bunch of them, but he also knows that there aren't any new Stranger Things episodes, maybe in a year or two. But what about now? If I go on Netflix now, what is the most popular show?
On Netflix, probably Bridgerton. It's all the rage.
That's right, that is a Netflix
all the
show
rage just means it's the most popular. It doesn't mean people are angry. That's what the word rage usually means. But when we say all the rage, it means that's what people are going for now. People are really hyped about it. It's really popular.
There you go. There's some actually Taiwanese shows that are all the rage on
they're
Netflix.
Good. They're not bad.
Squid Game, that Korean show from a few years ago. All the rage. It's the most popular. It's the #1 show on their list of charts or their list of shows. Yeah, it looks good. I'll go with Netflix then.
Good
So I was
choice.
thinking Bridgerton. I saw, an ad for it, a little clip on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea. That's a good suggestion. That has now decided he's not leaning towards Netflix anymore.
He's going for it.
He's going to get Netflix. The decision has been made. All right, we have a quick break and then we'll be back with more about pop music.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要继续来看2段关于流行文化的对话。在第3段对话里 ，Austin 和 Meredith 坐在电脑前。Austin 在考虑要订阅哪一个串流媒体服务，他就问 Meredith 有什么建议。Meredith 说，这要取决于他的喜好。像 Netflix 有大量的选择，而且有怪奇物语可以看。那么 Amazon Prime 则有黑袍纠察队这样的节目也不错。Disney Plus 则有洛基这样的原创作品。那听完之后 ，Austin 觉得他倾向于这个 Netflix。我们这边就来看看单字 suggestion， 它是名词，表示建议、提议。那么 lean 这个动词则有倾向于或者是倾斜的意思。我们用 lean toward 加上名词就可以表达倾向于什么，对什么什么有兴趣。那这时候 Rainbow 老师用到 inclined 这个形容词 inclined 是形容倾向于什么的。我们常常就会用 be inclined to 加上原形动词来表达倾向怎么样怎么样。 好，那么在讲到这个倾斜的时候呢 ，Mike 老师则提到 crooked，C-R-O-O-K-E-D，crooked 可以形容是歪的、不直的或是弯曲的。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来比较 try 加动名词与 try 加不定词的差异。动词 try 表示尝试，那么可以接动名词 V-I-N-G 或者是接不定词 to V， 但是意思会不一样哦。那我们首先第一个来看 try 加上动名词 V-I-N-G 是表达尝试做某事，看看结果如何。那这时候这个动名词表示所做的事或者是用的手段。假设朋友在用讯息联络某个人，一直都联络不上，你就可以建议他说 Try calling him on his phone。试试看打手机给他，看他会怎样。好，那么在下一个我们是看到 try 加不定词 to V， 这是表达设法努力做某事，但不一定会成功。这时候不定词 to V 是表达说想要达到的目的。例如We've been trying to get in touch with him all day。我们一整天都试着要向他取得联系，跟他取得联系。好，那么接回到课文中。
Hey, Austin, what are you listening to?
Oh, just some Billie Eilish. I'm addicted to her latest album.
Oh, she's really big right now. I love her unique style.
Absolutely. Who are some of your favorite artists these days?
I'm really into Olivia Rodrigo. Her songs are so relatable.
Agreed. Who else?
The Weeknd is on top of my list. His music is always on the radio.
True. He's a great performer. I also like Harry Styles.
Me too. Music these days is so diverse. There's something for everyone.
All right, so for our last dialogue in our look at pop culture trends, it only makes sense that we're talking about pop music because popular music is a big part of popular culture. When we say pop music, we mean top 10 music, the music you hear on the radio. If you're into like a really weird band from Brazil, that might be really interesting and great music, but if it's not in the top 10 or top 40, it's probably not pop music. Maybe in Brazil, but not around the world. So the most famous artists, the ones who stream the most on Spotify, the one who get the biggest concerts, that type of thing. So let's discuss pop music. Austin is listening to music. Meredith approaches him. She comes up close to him, and hopefully she taps him on the shoulder so he can turn the music off.
Hey, Austin, what are you listening to?
He goes, what? I'm still listening to music. Yeah, it'll talk what? No, he turns the music off, and then he answers, oh, just some Billie Eilish. I'm addicted to her latest album. All right, yes, she is definitely a big pop star of the last few years, old Billie Eilish. He's addicted to her latest album. That means he's got a problem and he needs help. He needs to see a doctor if he's addicted.
So this is an adjective to describe when you're really, really attracted to something that you can't stop doing. I'm addicted to eating potato chips at the moment. I just can't get enough. Oh, that's scary. Addictions are very scary.
Well, they can be, of course. Being addicted to alcohol or drugs or cigarettes can have health problems and other problems. But if you're addicted to a song or a movie, that just means you really like it and you're listening to it or watching it a lot these days. And in the future, you might get a little bit bored. It's a little bit different than being addicted to drugs or cigarettes or alcohol.
So Meredith says she's really big right now, talking about Billie Eilish. I love her unique style. So I guess Meredith is also really into the same album.
Yes, and Billie Eilish, don't worry, she's not growing like King Kong or Godzilla. When Meredith says she's big right now, that just means she's very popular right now. She's still the same size. Absolutely, says Austin. He totally agrees. Who are some of your favorite artists these days? So we've already talked about his love, his addiction to the new Billie Eilish album. So that's one that they both share or both agree on. But he wants to know, Meredith, who do you like? Who's your most favorite singer these days?
I'm really into Olivia Rodrigo. Her songs are so relatable.
That's right. And she had a pretty big album this past year, I believe. Got some big awards and very popular. Agreed, says Austin. He doesn't have to say, I agree with you. He can just say, agreed. I agree. I think the same thing.
It's like, yep.
I have the same opinion. Same here. He can also say in a casual way. Who else? What other artists are you listening to?
The Weeknd is on top of my list. His music is always on the radio.
It's true, yeah. I don't know if he's made anything lately, but he actually produced a lot of music in the past few years. So even if he doesn't have a new album, there's still great songs there, and you can definitely hear him on the radio. Austin says, true, I agree. He's a great performer. He actually mentioned someone else who's famous for his really good shows. I also like Harry Styles, very popular singer, and also very popular concerts. I think a lot of people feel very lucky and also very entertained seeing Harry with the amazing hair do his shows. He's got great hair.
Me too. Music these days is so diverse. There's something for everyone. All different styles, all different music for all different types of people.
Yeah, it's true. Olivia Rodrigo's a little bit more rock, right? The Weeknd's a little bit more R&B. Harry Styles kind of does pop or English style pop. It is very diverse. Yeah, something is diverse. That means there's a lot of different variety there. All right, you can say diverse or diverse. Both of them are okay. But basically, if there's a lot of choices, a lot of variety, there's many, many things to choose from, it's very diverse or diverse. If there's just one type, just one style, just one flavor, that's not diverse at all. For example, the city is known for its diverse population. A city
Different
like
types of people.
New York,
Hong
London,
Kong.
people from all over the world have moved there to have their lives. You can find food from any country in the world, for example, entertainment in any style. It's very diverse, a very interesting kind of place. And it's an interesting world we live in. The lucky thing is social media and the internet streaming services for music and everything else, it allows us to enjoy all the coolest things from the coolest people in the coolest parts of the world. And that makes us a little bit cooler.
Lots of choices.
So there you go. Take care. Enjoy all the good stuff out there. And we'll see you back here soon.
Check out those musicians.
True that, yeah. And check out local stuff too, because it's not just, international artists who can provide great entertainment. Take care, everyone. Take care, everyone. See ya. Bye.
在第4段对话里 ，Austin 正在听音乐。那么 Meredith 问他在听什么 ，Austin 就说是怪奇比利的歌曲。他对 Billie Eilish 怪奇比利的最新专辑百听不厌，听上瘾了。好，这边他用到 addicted 这个形容词 ，addicted 就是形容入迷的、上瘾的。那它的相关词性 addiction 则是表达上瘾或是成瘾，是个名词。那接着 Meredith 有提到他近期喜欢的艺人是 Olivia Rodrigo， 还有 The Weeknd。那么 Austin 则是提到他喜欢 Harry Styles。那这些歌手的曲风都还蛮不一样的，像我自己也喜欢听许多不同种类的歌曲。那就像 Meredith 最后说的，现今的音乐如此多样化，每个人都能找到适合自己的东西。那这边用到一个单字是 diverse， 或是念作 diverse， 它可以形容多样化的、各式各样的、不同的。好，那以上件讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
I'm trying to decide which streaming service to subscribe to. Any suggestions?
Well, it depends on what you like. Netflix has a huge selection. And they've got Stranger Things.
What about Amazon Prime?
Prime's good for shows like The Boys. Disney Plus is also an option with originals such as Loki.
I'm leaning toward Netflix. What's the most popular drama right now?
On Netflix, probably Bridgerton. It's all the rage.
Yeah, it looks good. I'll go with Netflix then.
Hey, Austin. What are you listening to?
Oh, just some Billie Eilish. I'm addicted to her latest album.
Oh, she's really big right now. I love her unique style.
Absolutely. Who are some of your favorite artists these days?
I'm really into Olivia Rodrigo. Her songs are so relatable.
Agreed. Who else?
The Weeknd is on top of my list. His music is always on the radio.
True. He's a great performer. I also like Harry Styles.
Me too. Music these days is so diverse. There's something for everyone.
Hey, it's
KiWi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. Oh, by the way, Wendy bought us lunch, so that was a really big favor. Let's thank her. But how do we say that?
You mean in Chinese?
Yeah, thank you for doing us a favor.
I'm not sure, but maybe we can find some friends to help us with some translations. Let's see. 你真贴心.
You are so sweet.
You are so sweet.
So sweet.
So sweet? You're so sweet?
You are so sweet.
Very good. You're so sweet, or you're so thoughtful.
You are so sweet.
Thank you. I know I'm so sweet. Or you're so thoughtful. Okay.
All right, 我好感动.
I'm so touched. 那我好感动可以说 I'm touched 吗？
You can add one more word before touched. I'm touched.
Very touched.
Very good. I'm very touched, or I'm so touched.
Happy.
I feel very happy. Very good. I feel very happy, or I feel very touched.
Okay, so what translations did we learn today? There are lots of ways to show gratitude or your appreciation for someone when they've done something nice to you. And there's more ways to say thank you. We learned some of them today, so let's check it out. The first phrase is, it's very sweet of you. Or you can say, you're so considerate. The next one is, I'm so touched. And you can also say, it really moved me. And these are some other ways to show your appreciation to someone. That's all for translations today. KiWi later.